Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Actually, welcome to the channel for the first time. This is the first episode, the launching of the Watcher of Realms channel. And could I get any better? I have the talented, wonderful, longtime friend of mine and the juggernaut in the Watcher content creator space, Ivy Lee Gaming. Ivy, welcome to the new channel.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It is my pleasure. Today we're going to go through, we're going to talk about my account. My account is 28 days in. We're going to see where I'm at. She's going to be brutally honest with me where I need some help, or give me some great pointers where I'm doing well, and maybe even some kudos on what I've actually done right and haven't broken this game for myself. So thank you, Ivy. I'm gonna let you drive. You tell me where to go. I'll go there and we'll have a discussion about each of the areas. So fire away, my friend. Actually, before we do that, I want to say, because I actually have you on video, congratulations on the pending daughter, Caparina.
Yes.
I really appreciate you naming her Caparina. The reason she agreed to do this is because I said you should name the baby after me, and she's like, "You're crazy. What's wrong with you?" And so this was the kind of our compromise. So anyway, okay, fire away. Lead me. Where are we going first?
All right. Well, let's look at your hero pool first.
Absolutely.
You got to play with. Who's your
All
choice?
right. So here is the hero pool. So obviously this is going in order of their strength. So
Yeah.
my first pull, first legendary,
Yes, Silas.
the love of my life, Silas. What do you want to look at? What do we want to see? His do you want to
You're
run through
missing the love of his life.
I know. That's this weekend. Might be a video on Sunday.
I wish you a Vierna in your future.
Oh, I hope so. My most wanted. So
yeah, she should be. So, all right. Looks like you've got a good set of marksmen. Keep scrolling. Let's see.
yeah,
Do you have Maul as well? And
I do. So among the things, I do have an A5 Edril. She's missing some pieces because I was running through some content yesterday that I needed more tanks, so I stole some of her stuff. But that's my hardest part right now. I do have a Theowen. I don't really use him that often, but I have him available.
Yeah, you wouldn't really need him.
And then starting to work on Lunaria.
Ooh, and Lunaria, perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
and then I'm using Maul for Gear Raid 3. He's helping me on the left side with Nyx. We can even do a run and you can see what's going on with that in a bit.
Looks like
but
you have all the tools for Gear Raid 3, just a matter of getting them all to level 60 probably.
Ooh, so this is one of my new toys. This is my next work on, but let's do this while you're here, because today was day 28. You know what that means? I got my A1 grease, so that's
yeah, that's gonna help a lot. All right, he's really cool.
So I haven't really been using him as of yet.
Yeah, it depends on who you get. Like,
so,
if you get Vierna, you might not even bother. It's kind of hard to tell.
That's nice. I mean, I've been using Mari for
yeah,
that sort of thing as well. So, and I do have Comet.
Do you have Aeon or no? The other Lord from
no.
Part of the Fusion you just started?
Where's the other?
No, there's this whole day.
Yeah. There.
Oh, so did you miss Aeon Fusion? Were you just barely
I was just
playing when that was kind of...
Yeah, I don't have, unfortunately. Okay. So
that's okay. You can get by without it, especially if you get a Vierna. Wait, did you have Lasir as well?
No, I didn't. I don't have a Lasir.
Okay.
So I'd probably say my hardest right now, where I'm struggling the most, is when I need caster heavy lineups. Magic heavy lineups is where I struggle, because I have tons of marksmen, but I really only have Comet. I have Nocturne, but single target.
I'll say Nocturne. He's really good though.
Yeah, and I love him.
Shine more in, of course, like Void Rift or
sure.
Like Chapter 9 campaign. He's gonna shine more than the gear raids, or obviously for Guild Boss. He's amazing for.
And of course, Shamir is like my only other. Wah, wah.
You have the memes. You have Crash and Shamir. You paid your taxes.
Yeah, and I've an A1 Shamir even. I've really leaned into it. So.
Oh, you have a Laura too. Okay, yeah, you definitely have the tools for Gear Raid 3.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I was fighting in the 10X. I was fighting to keep number 1 because I wanted a second copy of Pyros, and I was fighting back and forth with Haze. bless you, Hayes. If you watch this, it was good. He finally let me have it, but I pulled her like on the last ditch effort to try to win my pool, and I actually pulled her because I didn't get any of
Oh yeah,
the
you didn't get any.
10Xs on my initial. Yeah, and now and at the very end, I got her and I got 2 copies of Constance. So we pulled it off at the end. But
All right. Well, I'll tell you that because this is going to be going out after my video anyway. I did not get Vierna another Vierna. I already have one. But I got another Alaura, so I'm like A2
ooh,
Alaura. I'm like,
that's nice.
okay,
That's
that's not
good.
what I wanted. I wanted an A1 Vierna, goddarn. But
That's a good miss, though. It's not a bad miss. So I'm looking forward to
yeah,
using her as well. But
cool.
we'll see when we get to the raid piece. But I'm at 18.
Yeah, why don't we look at your?
Yeah.
Where are you at in the raid? Show
Oh,
me where you're.
I did want to mention one thing, and I think it's because it's probably what this channel is going to be about. I am going to pick some off the beaten track champions, and the first one I picked was Vladov. I maxed him out. This guy is absolutely so much fun. I used him in arena. I just about reached Overlord with him because he's a Chaos Lord, and because I have Valeria, that made her hit. She was doubling Silas's damage in arena. It's crazy.
Yeah,
so I just thought I'd give that shout out.
Awesome in arena. Definitely, that's a really good show. And then you have did you have Falsia too? I think it was. Yeah. Oh no, she's Northerner. I keep thinking she's chaotic.
Yeah.
Why do I think? Because she
I have
looks like she is a chaotic.
Cerberus
but she's
is
the one who kills the demons. Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah, he's fun too. Not so much in arena because when he's gone, the cooldown, but it's
he's amazing for gear rate, or sorry, for the AoE arena. You just gotta time him right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the hero pool, and we go down. There's a couple other gems that I might try that I think I'm gonna build up Imani just to have that big burst nuke.
Turn. You might not really end up needing her, but for the sake of trying to sub them in.
Well, I'm thinking for Guild Boss because Pyros, I don't have a whole lot of that faction. And so here's someone that I might be able to sneak in. So, and if not, so what? Then
it's worth a try. Yeah.
It'll make a good video either way. So, all right. So next, we'll go to the raids.
Yeah,
do you want to go right to gear raid? So for all 3 of them, I'm actually on 18. So
really good.
So we're on gear raid 18. We're doing the max stuff. The jump here is obscene.
Yeah, it's really hard.
So let's run an auto fight on this just to kind of show you what's going on.
Okay.
Gear raid 1. Gear raid 1 became it went from difficult to it's unfair on the other way. Once I got Comet, he just mows through everything. Him and Razak here just make pretty easy work of the.
I mean, you have the people for sure already for gear raid 119. It's just a matter of, do you have the gear that's good enough?
Yeah.
Like, it just might take more time of farming all the stage 18s to get the best gear options possible.
Sure.
That's probably your real answer, because I think you have everyone you need to do every dungeon stage 19, honestly. It's just a matter of getting them all 6-star and more books. Probably, I bet you're not fully scrolled on a lot of them.
Yeah, especially for legendaries. Silas is done. I think he's one short on A1, but I wouldn't.
You're doing really good, so which is great. But at the same time,
it just gets me
those big milestones. You're gonna take a lot longer of a grind to get more skill scrolls, more dust, more of everything, and that might be really just a matter of getting some more of the good core heroes that you need for those built up. Because, Comet, if you have Comet, him and Greed even, and then you could, boost with Dolores and Autumn, the rare, and then you could even Laurel Cheese, or instead of Autumn, you could Laurel Cheese strat,
So that's what I used on this one.
Mari on the other side with Iona.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of options there. Oh, yeah, Cerberus is really good for Gear Raid 1, too.
Yeah, at the beginning, it's a nice pop, especially if you pop his ultimate correctly, which I don't think I do in that video. Well, one of them I didn't do and still survived, but you can see, who the top are.
It's just the hard part when it comes to, of course, 19 is there's even more need for magic damage dealers, not the piercers. You can get by with them all, especially Maul does more damage than Razok will.
Okay.
Especially when being boosted by Dolores. But he also brings like the defense pierce, like the defense reduction type stuff too.
Right. Okay.
But I think should try to experiment with like the Laurel Cheese plus Dolores boosting them on one side, and then a Rage booster as well. Like if you don't have an Elowen or Elia, then you would use maybe Hollow on that one on like the right side. Put them all on one side. And then the other side could be your more supportive people like Greed and Iona or Mari. Mari could help a lot too to slow them down. Cerberus, but someone to heal on the other side too. So I think you have the people. It just might be
just by
like how good is your gear options now? For like how long have you really been farming those?
Sure.
To get a ton of options might be the issue.
All right. So gear lock possibly. All right. Gear raid 2. I got Sadie, and that was that's
Sadie, that's the best.
That's what unlocked. I actually don't even need her anymore because when you get the boost, the overlord, whatever it's called, the extra power, the power of dominance. Once I
don't need her there.
Yeah,
you
so
need her 19.
Well, I needed her an 18 to pass it, but then once I pass it and I get this bonus, I know I really don't need her anymore. But we'll show this one real quick. With this one, we're using Regulus and Olog. Those are our big tanks, and it works really well.
Fair. And Baron's gonna be another good one, like you said. Him, he obviously has the unyielding, so he won't die from the roly polies right away. That helps.
Absolutely. And so I just played the game where I use my tank or I use my nuker, and then I pull my nuker off, and then in the second round I'll throw in Comet instead of Silas, and then the third round Silas is back in.
And Gear Raid in the next stage, you can do the same thing. Actually, that's what I did. I don't know if you've seen my video. I have kind of a hybrid strategy of using Sadie to protect people, but also at first I start by pulling people out. Like I put some people in. I put one defender, and then I put a DPS that's cheap cost, like a fighter, or in my case, Hatsa. It's really cheap to place.
Okay.
And then I pull them out, and then I let the boss smash. There's no one on the board, and then I place Sadie, and then I replace people, and like Vortex and the rest of the team again. And then you just have to, like, right before the boss does the Earthshake, you have to pop Sadie's ultimate to keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
That's you can kind of get away with the combination. It doesn't have to be like the Sadie strat or the Volca strat.
Sure.
But for you, I think because you have Sadie, you're probably going to have a lot easier time doing it that way. And tell me, like I did, like a mixture of using people like Aatrox and Decimus too. Have you played with Decimus to soak up the boulder hits? That's the big thing that people do is
Decimus.
You soak up the boulder hit with Decimus. Yeah.
Who's Decimus?
He's a rare.
Oh, we'll go. Okay, Decimus. Keep that in mind. Okay, Decimus to soak up the damage.
He doesn't die. Like he has this. You don't even need to put any, like, you don't need gear on him. You don't need to level him. You just plop him down.
Really?
And yeah, and so like just as the boulder comes in, you'll see if you go slow, the boss will smash, and like there'll be like a spark of fire, and that's just when you place him down. And then at that time, he'll be able to soak up the hit from the first boulder, and then you should have just enough time for the second boulder to roll in, then pull him out and swap people. And that like takes care of that first set of those boulders rolling, which are really hard to deal with. It's really fun, and I think Aatrox can kind of be used in that way too because he's so cheap. Like he dies and you can bring him back. He can be a fun one to use. But Decimus, like that's I could show you my video for that little strat where I put my very first beating of stage 19.
That'd be cool. All right, noted. Decimus. By the way,
have the people. Yeah, all you need is a couple healers. And Sadie, like Vortex and Sadie, you're good. And then it's just a matter of a DPS. Like Comet is fine. And then if you get Vierna, she can be the main DPS as well.
Sure. Yeah, Vierna would be a big deal with all these gear raids, I think, for the magic damage. By the way, I messed up to all of you. I apologize. I had your audio levels too low. Don't worry. I can get that in post. However, if you notice a few places where she's a little quiet until now, that's my fault. But that's okay.
You should be able to cut it and fix it.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll cut it through and up your portions until we get to the spot. Sorry. Okay, so final Gear Raid 3. Gear Raid 3 is a bit rough. It's funny. So I changed something, and
You have
now
you have plenty of people for that. You don't
yeah,
even need to worry about pulling new heroes for that. You've
yeah,
definitely got the people.
yeah. It's just a matter. It is definitely a gear
And
thing.
learning the timings.
Yeah, I didn't have all the champions when I beat this that I have now. Also, so you'll see a
Okay.
few other things that I did that I probably don't have to do.
Yeah.
So what I did is I actually used Comet at the beginning because his DPS is so big that
I
even
used
though
Comet early on too, but once I got to
just
19, I couldn't anymore.
yeah, and I think that's where Alora will come in. She'll be in this one instead. Nyx was pretty good. The left hand side I was having some problems with damage. And I think that's just a gear thing. I didn't have enough
Maul.
gear.
That's a Maul. That's Maul's
Yeah.
job.
Oh, Maul will be here
Maul is the
too.
king of the left-hand side.
Maul will show up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Maul
so I
on the
put Maul in
left-hand
after.
side with a healer, and then you probably will want to start out placing Edril I should say, you place Edril where I guess next to Dolores in that spot behind Comet.
Right.
You place Dolores where Comet is, and then you place Silas also at the other top spot where he is now, or where he was, I should say. And then Dolores will boost Comet and Edril.
Okay.
Because she'll be positioned where she can boost both of them.
And I wasn't.
And then,
I actually didn't use Edril at all in this because I needed the. I needed the
need
AoE.
her for 19 because
but
then
I'm
you get
gonna
the
need her.
funky ones that come sneaking out the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, I
And you
get
can get
that.
away without it now thanks to having a Laura.
Yeah, because she
but
can
that kinda-
hide, right? So she doesn't take
Yeah,
damage.
you just don't use her ultimate. You give her like 300 attack speed and as much damage as you can, and she just you don't even need to use her ultimate unless like the last second they come close to her. Then yeah, maybe you pop it, but you can get away with trying to kill them. And then Edril, she hits anywhere on the board. But the big thing will be having Lunaria in the team. Even if you're not using her, she has to be there for the Lord bonus to extend their range.
Yeah.
So like you can get away with putting Dolores in the front and Edril behind her because then she's gonna have that extended range from Lunaria. Yeah. And then Silas is gonna have the same range of Razak and Maul as well. And then you can throw the backup damage next to Edril on the bottom. You could throw Razak facing the other way. So if something does get through on that very end on that right side. Yeah, I guess if you look at the map, yeah, that right side you could put in that facing there you could put Razak. Or no, the one up there is where you put. Well, yep, because she'll be invisible.
And you're pushing her, and you're putting her backwards.
No, you face forward.
Oh, so they come out and over. Okay,
out.
I didn't know that they put. I haven't tried it yet, so I didn't know they
straight out. And if you start attacking them soon, for most other people, they'll like one shot you. They hit really hard.
But
with her,
invisible.
That's why she's so good.
All right, so we'll use her there. We'll have to get her in some good gear.
Yeah, I would
the left
say her
side.
there.
You're saying Maul in the left side with a healer,
and then behind him Vortex, and face the other way maybe.
Okay, so
and then face like to cover other people as backup.
Okay. And then and then probably Silas, Dolores,
there. Edril.
Or
Silas, Dolores, Edril.
Edril behind Dolores.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yes, and then in that spot behind Silas, could be another healer.
That could be Hollow, and then I have one spot here. That's just my safety.
That could be Razak facing the other way to be a backup for
Alora.
For Alora,
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I would try that. I think you've got the people. Or instead of that backup for Alora with Razak, you could use Laurel and cheese it, making sure to pop ultimates as much as you can.
No, that makes sense too.
So you could try that strategy too.
All right, cool.
I think you've got the people. If you don't feel like you're not killing things fast enough, it's just gear. It's just gear. Maybe your skills. If you don't have ultimates maxed out, you just gotta continue the grind until you do. And when you feel like you maxed out some more key ultimates for the heroes you're using, that's when you'll really feel the difference.
And I think it's something that, like, I've pushed some content past the danger zone before because of the certain champions I have.
You can with strategy.
But this here, like, that's a significant increase. So I don't suspect Gear Raid 19 should be passable for me, but I might be able to do it anyway, like through strategy, right?
If
like
you level those people up, but I really think you're gonna struggle. Like if you don't have Maul and Edril's like their skills just maxed out, it's gonna be kind of hard damage wise.
And I have not worked on his skills as of yet.
He's so good. Don't undervalue him. He's amazing. Yeah.
There's so many amazing. I've been working on.
That's the good part, right?
Like I just finished Hollow. Like if we go back to that, I had because she was so good early on. Maxed her out. Max Hollow out. I wanted to max
Yeah.
Vortex out because of normal
Yeah, he's
level.
really helpful.
Is
You're
it
gonna use him
9?
everywhere. I still use
Yeah.
him everywhere. I have Elowen and I still use him everywhere.
I pushed some pretty hard content on the last level of the campaign. We'll probably hit campaign next, but this guy did it, and then I got stuck on the XP. I was like, oh, I just need to get to the latest XP one, and I
That's
can't.
what I did. I
Oh my
stopped after
God.
I got to the XP. I haven't even done it.
I can't even beat the XP, which is why I need
It's
Vierna.
hard.
Are you hearing me, Moonton?
Yeah,
I
just
need Vierna. Like, let's work on this. Let's collab. Let's do this together. All right. So that's the gear raids.
okay.
I
What
think
about artifact material raid?
I was gonna say, so most of the stuff, like, you don't need to see the promotion rate. Obviously, I've pushed to the end
Yeah,
of
those
that.
are gonna be easy.
Tide, we're just running through the easy ones now, so we can get to the hard ones. It's a boring content, but it's a daily thing.
Yeah.
But the artifact material raid, we're sitting at 16.
16, 17 you could probably get to with your people, but it's gonna be hard. I think the best thing is,
So I'll
like,
show
I
you.
put Baron in the middle. Yeah, let's see what you're doing.
I use Regulus because Regulus has that same ability where you can't
yeah,
kill
he
him.
should be able to. Yeah, you're right.
Right?
That's true. I'm
So
so used
long
to
as
not
I can
having
catch up on heals.
Regulus.
You'll see on this
You're
one, I
placing
actually
him too
don't.
soon. You're placing him way too soon.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the problem. So you gotta. Have you seen? I don't know. I have I'll send you make you watch my videos. But when you have the boss come out, don't place Regalis until the boss crosses its foot over the line of the 2 tiles.
Okay.
Because otherwise, the 2 people coming from the side, like, you can put more people from the sides, easier on the bottom row.
Okay.
Because that's where the other guys are going to start flooding in, and if the enemies start flooding in and hit the boss, then you're kind of screwed. That's where he starts healing.
Right.
But you want to draw the boss in between the 2 final tiles to where you can attack him with 4 different spots.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can get away with. Like, I place after Regalis, I would place another fighter. But if people are dying, maybe you place the Vortex first. But, like, you'd place your best fighter, and then another fighter on the other side, and then tanks on each side of them. And then if you have the time, put more fighters in the other 2 spots.
So the one that I had tried, now I have some different options than I did then. So since the last time I tried pushing, so I actually
you need Vortex instead of Constance.
I tried with Constance just to see if I could get a DPS Silas on the pedestal. And I came close. I came close.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering,
maybe for 16, but 17 might be a little rough.
Yeah.
Or the other thing would be to try even the the cheese strategies with the poisoners.
With
like
what's his name?
Cutter.
Yeah.
Cube Cutter, Screef, any of them. You could see if the poison actually place them, like, right away first, and then you place Regalis. And so as soon as you can, the poisons start going crazy. It's actually surprising how far you can actually use that. But I think 17, 18, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
16 maybe if you're lucky.
Does Hollow have enough heals? Or is it at
she
this
might
point?
not have the survivability because he smashes and he'll
Vortex.
kill her because she's attack based. Yeah.
Right, okay.
And doesn't have quite the stats of, like, Elowen.
And I brought in her. What's her name?
Oh, I love her.
Isolde?
Yeah, I put her on one side.
Which, by the way, her name is Isolde. It's Isolde and Tristan. It's a famous story. Just I've heard.
That's how you.
Yeah, I've heard every single content creator call Isolde. It's Isolde or Isolde.
I know it.
Isolde and Tristan.
I know
it's a story.
Isolde?
Yeah, Isolde or
Guys, we're learning
Isolde.
something.
Yeah. There you go. Alternate
Isolde.
spelling is Iseult, Iseult. The same story, different spelling of the name. So that's how. Anyway, you're welcome.
Isolde. Anyway, yeah. I learned
The more you know.
today.
All right. So I'm not going to push this today, but I think I can push further. I just, honestly, artifact material raid wasn't on my radar until very recently. So now I'm trying to actually do it as I'm getting more.
Yeah, and trying to make sure that, like, you do put your best artifacts up to level 10 at least,
Yeah.
Maybe you can't promote everything, but at least to level 10. I wouldn't be promoting mythics much anyway, unless you have a ton of dupes, because you're going to need them on multiple heroes.
Yeah, which.
But yeah, like having
10 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I have a couple of the cheaper ones I bumped up because I could. I don't know where they are. I move them.
Yeah, Ancestral Teachings is amazing. You can take that to level 25 fully promoted because it's super easy to
Yeah,
upgrade.
that one and the nuke. There's the cheap nuker one. Oh,
Oh,
that
I've
is
never
the
used the
cheap
other
nuker
one.
one.
Just Ancestral.
Yeah,
That is the one. Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
is
is the one.
the best one. That one you can easily
Oh,
take.
the fire
Save
one's
all
the
the
other
copies
one.
of that.
The fire one.
Oh yeah, but I don't know that one's
The
quite
crit rate.
as valuable overall. Just the
Yeah.
pure attack is
Yeah.
a little bit better.
So anyway,
And just
okay.
a little bit of crit rate.
So what other? So I think that's all the raids. Oh, we can show
Just
Guild
Guild
Boss.
Boss. Yeah, you're doing really good. You're already on 3.
Night.
Yeah, that's solid.
I'm the 4200 chest on Nightmare 3, which is nice.
Okay.
And then I obviously go Nightmare 2, and I fully beat Nightmare 2.
What's your team? I guess, yeah, you
Yeah.
could show me when you collect.
So currently, this is our team.
Oh, interesting. You're not no Nightmare. Wow.
So I use the chaos because the amount of extra damage, because they're always low health, and so
Yeah.
she gets a bonus of 30% damage when she's at 30% health. Plus his Lord bonus gives her another 40%, and he has bleed. He's my only bleed champion, and he has my only bleed artifact, which
Yeah,
does
it's
help.
true.
So that's why that's actually the reason why I built him. I had no bleed, so this is
I
getting me
think
pretty good damage.
I don't know though. I think you could do better with Wrath in the main spot and then Vladov and Valeria being boosted by Wrath. And then instead of Comet, did you get Demos or no? You don't have
I don't have
Demos yet?
No.
Okay. You can actually you know how you can cheese the bonuses? Have you seen that with the Nightmare faction for the sake of Guild Boss? Have you seen
I haven't
getting the max
specifically.
bonus possible?
No.
If when you go into Guild Boss, you place your heroes like a couple heroes you want to use right away that are Nightmare, but then place whoever else you're not using. Like maybe like Wrath would be great here. But if let's say you're not using him, and then you throw in Abomination, Wrath and Abomination, you put them in, take them out immediately. After you've had all 4 of your Nightmare people placed, take 2 of them out that you're not using, and you get the max bonus.
You still get
as
the
if
4
you have
bonus.
4.
And
yeah,
that's
makes
with
a big
Wrath's
difference.
Lord bonus. You're saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I need her anymore. Because I put Silas somewhere different.
No, you wouldn't use.
I just used it for
Silas
the.
is definitely solid for Guild Boss.
I just used what's her name to give him the extra length to be able to place him at a different place for me because he gets the 1 extra, but I don't need to do that.
You can still put him on the farthest back tile.
Right, let me back.
Just depends on how your healers are laid out. Yeah.
So, now I've ruined it and I can't auto. Oh, I can auto fight. Well, let's watch the fight. So you'll see how I get this. And I put down the fighters. And I make sure that my fighters
on the other
are
side, you could put 2 more if you use Rat's bonus.
Yeah.
You could put 2 more on the other side, and then once all 4 are there, take them out, and then you get plus 35% attack speed.
That's neat. That's really cool. Oh, someone died. Someone's probably missing gear. That's strange. That didn't happen before. Now I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, you did have some people missing gear, so.
Yeah, I always do that. It's the same with raid. I do the same thing. I steal gear all the time. It's even worse now because I'm allowed to steal gear. Like it doesn't stop me. So
yeah,
it does make it a bit tough. But
your Comet will definitely come out of the team as soon as possible.
Oh, it wasn't Comet.
It
was Nocturne.
Comet.
Nocturne was the one that died.
In general, though, I mean, Comet doesn't belong there. Like, take him out, put in Wrath. Wrath deserves he's really good for Guild Boss, and as the Lord bonus doesn't hurt. But I think you might do more damage. You'd probably do more damage with Wrath or Abomination than your Comet, honestly, depending on.
I think.
But he's maxed out for you, right? So it's like.
I think the strat might be that I replace if I put Wrath along with 2 others on that top run. Like instead of what I was given the bonus for Silas. I almost lost to the end too, by the way. That's almost not there.
You can only place so many fighters though, because they need to be. You can only have 3 covered by Dolores.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah. That's actually not I think that's actually my best run. No,
nice. Yeah, you're getting there. You're doing really well for 30 days. That's for sure.
So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the Lord bonus. I also obviously I want to use Pyros, but I need some. There's no point in using Pyros if I don't have a lot of that faction, right? So that's the unfortunate.
The top ones.
So anyway, so that's that. We're
Yeah.
good.
It's
I
like,
can
what are
read
you
a
gonna
little
do?
bit.
Boost Dolores? That's not gonna help much.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, and I also have who's the healer? Ayla,
Oh yeah.
who by the
I
way is
like
she's
her.
so Aylin. She's all, but I like those are the two that don't. I get no help for actually
They
boosting them.
don't
So,
need his bonus.
and they
Yeah,
don't join in
exactly.
on that focus
Yep,
fire. So,
they would not. You're right.
which is why I was thinking I wanted to try um using Amani, because then I'd have Nocturne Amani, and maybe even who's the dude?
Yeah.
There's like a piercer guy who I can't find, but I swear to God, there's one. I promise I'm not losing my mind. Anyway, so but I could try definitely Wrath, and I can even probably is Greed because of he's got debuffs, right? But it's
Yeah,
not.
but I think Mari's are higher
Yeah,
anyway, though. So for what you're using her for, if you're using her just for the vulnerability, then that's fine. But yeah, eventually you can use Pyros for the vulnerability and
right.
others.
All right, good. All right, so that's the raids. I don't think there's anything else to go over in this. Like I said, obviously, promotion raids were at Extreme 2 for all of
Yeah,
them,
I
so
think
there's nothing there.
those are pretty easy. And mostly you're gonna farm 15 instead of the extremes because you don't need a bunch of epics.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised, but eventually, yes.
Yeah, you'll get
Yeah.
the point where you don't farm extremes because like you're like, well, I mean, if you're buying from the Dwarven Association, do you buy your insignias with the gold from the Dwarven?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't originally, but I was one
It
of the
makes a big
regulars.
difference. It's cheaper than wasting the time and energy on
Yeah.
farming.
Can't really show you everything on this, but the faction
Yeah.
wars, I think we're doing pretty good. We're just pushing as we get the
Yeah.
different
Every,
factions as we can. Campaign, which is interesting. So I'm running through, as you can see, I've gotten
that's
to
the same
here.
spot I'm at. I never finished it.
I can't. This is not efficient for me right now. I need
Oh,
more
you gotta get it to be
AOE.
100%.
It was only like
Yeah.
30%. So, but at least
Oh,
it's
yeah.
open. So now at least I can push
Yep,
that.
that's true.
So that's nice. By the way, for you out there, never run an XP raid or a gold raid until you've double checked that you have an activated experience bonus or gold bonus.
Oh, I've definitely done that.
Oh, I've done
Who
100 runs
hasn't
on gold.
accidentally done that at least once?
And gold hurts more, I feel, because it's such a
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
gold's
It's so
the
expensive.
resource and it's so expensive and
Yeah,
it's so hard to get.
to farm it.
And so when you run 100 runs and you didn't have the gold running, oh my God, it hurts my soul. And it's harder to get the gold bonus. Like that's what I've noticed. It's very strange to me. If I go to
It's
the
too
arena
expensive
shop
to buy it from the guild shop
or the
now
guild shop,
because now we want to buy the demon soldiers for guild wars. We don't want to waste it on gold bonus. So
and that's the
kind
only
of got to
place
take
it
advantage
is.
of it like with the events. Do you
Yeah.
buy your stamina potion daily there in the arena? You
Yep.
should.
Yep, I do.
Okay.
I wasn't going to buy anything today, but so I
You're
get
wait.
the summons, I get the stamina, and then I buy the legendary skill dust because that's
Oh, I
my
see. Because you're looking to get your bigger things too now because it reset.
yeah. Oh yeah, it did reset.
Yeah.
Um,
Oops. It's fine. You'll get more.
yeah, I'll get more. I'll crush
And I
it.
got a whole month to get those anyway.
Well, I haven't even gone in here, so I am platinum 3. I almost made it to Overlord with the single
It's
target.
hard now. I was doing well on my defense, and then I went in on offense today, and I lost like every battle. And I'm like, all right, I give
Oh,
up.
this might be
I gotta
tough.
relook. I hate the sustained DPS. I'm glad they're getting rid of it.
They are getting rid of it. What is the
That was in
sustained
the Forerunner
DPS?
server. That's the one that is right now. That's the type of
But
challenge.
like no,
It
but
just
what?
means you likely. It means likely you need either super tanky people and or some healing. It's
Okay.
like they just hit harder. It's harder to survive. You need to be able to you need to be able to sustain your
Oh,
heroes.
this is what I
kind of
did
thing.
before. So I used Regulus as the tank, and then
Or you probably wouldn't want to do that. You'd probably just want to have like Valeria plopped first or
yeah,
Wrath plopped first. If you once you have him awakened 5 and built, Wrath is really good because he heals himself.
right.
And then you could have like you could use Hollow or Dolores to boost. And like even if you
Well,
boost with Dolores instead of Regalis, you could
I might boost with
get away.
Constance because she
Yeah,
also
that's
has
true.
some
Because at least she'd
heals.
stop. Yeah, and she'd heal.
So that's what
She
I
heals
did.
better than Dolores, I think, but not by
That's
much.
yeah, that's what I did with the last with the single target DPS. Is I put Valeria down first, and then I use Constance to heal her between her because you can't heal her when her ulti's going. So I'll use her
Yeah.
ulti when the mob was at like 70%, to get a quick burst death, and then by the time that ran out, she'd get healed from constant. So it worked really well.
That
Plus,
makes
she does
sense.
have inspiration on her ult, so that was able to get her and Silas up. So it did work. I might try it here. If it doesn't work, then we'll try the. I don't have Wrath. I only have him awaken level 1, so that's why I've
Yeah,
kind of
he
held
deserves
off.
some stones. You probably, yeah, I mean,
I have
he's so,
2
so good at
stones, I
Awaken
think, right
5.
now.
You'll get another one
Yeah.
eventually at day 44 or something.
I used my. I've only used 1 stone so far. No, I've used 2 stones so far, and I got burned on 1. I used 1 on
Because then
Dolores
you
when
end
I
up
got her,
pulling.
and then I pulled her the
Yep.
next day. I'm like, you son of a
Yeah.
guns. But the other one I used was actually on Vladov, which I don't regret because his A1 gives him extra chance to bleed on his A1.
Oh, yeah,
And
it's
because
smart
he's a
for
lord, I
Lord
won't
kick
like
or
I'm
get a
not going to
plus.
pull a ton of him. So
Yeah, that's fine.
so that one. But I do have I think I have 2 in waiting if I wanted to use. I'm not going to use it here, but yeah, I have 2. So I can probably. Do you get extra copies of Wrath? Is he easy to pull, or is he only from?
Oh, he's really hard to
He
pull,
is hard to pull.
yeah. You
Okay,
get the
so
1 extra copy from the daily login,
okay,
and then that's kinda it.
so I can at
And
least
then
get him
unless
to
you get really lucky.
A4 right now. So that's maybe we'll. Well, we could. Can we not buy? We
I
can
took
watch
him to
from here.
A3 until I got the 1. I've never seen him show up
No,
there. Oh, look, you got the legendary skill crystal. I would buy that. That's only
this
available
thing.
sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's only available. That's like the best thing to buy in the shop, really, because
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. It's so usually you could only buy that with the legendaries, but sometimes they let you buy it with the
Epics.
purples.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oleg Soulstone is good to buy
Oh yeah, you're
because
right.
he's
Good
hard to
call.
pull. He's hard to pull. That's the one I only buy the ones that are actually genuinely the rare ones to pull.
Sure. Okay. I haven't. That's the first I've ever spent. That was one of the questions I was going to have. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that's good. Yeah, always buy the legendary skill crystal if that's in there for the
Sweet.
epics, because you're gonna get so much epics, it's gonna be insane. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be flooded. You can tell you already got 2,000 now, and you're only 30 days in. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
there we go. Awakening for
I
Oleg.
pulled
Yay.
so many hollows. I pulled so many hollows. I I could have made a team of hollows. I think
That was
after
funny. I
last
remember that.
weekend, Hollow and the other girl who I can't even remember who the 10x was.
I don't remember who was on it either.
Her.
Oh yeah,
What's her name? Dalen.
Delaney. Yeah,
Which I
Dylan.
guess
Yeah.
there's a place where she's usable. Like there's
Yeah, if you're
some
using
strat.
expensive to place people, you place her first to boost the cost regeneration of the team.
Mm.
She regenerates cost every 30 like extra every 30 seconds she regenerates some cost or something like
Oh,
that. Or
okay.
not every 30 seconds. I don't remember how many seconds. Every whatever it is. I think it's her passive.
Restores 13
Restores
cost every
13
30.
cost. Oh
And
yeah, every
then the
30. Okay.
cooldown's down and the regen is up. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. All
That's
right.
like if you get those expensive people like Ajax and stuff, or like Zealous used to be more expensive, and like some of
Right.
those.
Well, I mean, Razak's
Yeah.
22, so he's not exactly cheap. And I
That's
use him
not
everywhere right now.
expensive compared to some of the other
Oh, yeah.
people. That's
Yikes.
yeah.
He's cheap. He's nothing. All right.
He's
So we were talking about campaign, so I did push to here. I did finish hard. So that's good.
I don't even think I actually finished my last hard one.
Oh, really?
I'm so funny. I like never went back to actually finish stuff. Yeah, you're farther than me than campaign. I just
That's
never
funny.
went back.
It's
I'm
because
so guilty of that.
it's so boring
It's so
after
easy to
going.
forget about it
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So where else do we need to look? Is there anything else that you want to
I think that
impart your
covers
wisdom?
things pretty well. I
Nice.
think you just need to work on, level up some of the key people to 60 and try to skill up those ultimates at least on even those amazing epics,
So probably
Maul, I think,
6-star
is
Maul.
huge. Yeah,
So who
for
would you say
sure.
if you? So I have a couple that I think for
I
legendaries
think you
I'm
have the best
good.
gear raid 3. So I would try to push your gear raid 319 first. That was my first stage 19 as
Okay.
well. I think with Alaura and Maul as 6 stars.
Do I have?
Yeah,
I don't know if
and then work on their skills
I have 4.
too.
Okay, so I'll.
Yeah, you'll have to do some grind.
Well, hopefully I'll pull 7 Viernas today, so I'll have all those extra to be able to.
Yeah,
to
I mean, if
skill
you
up her
pull
and others.
Vierna, you should have gear raid 1
Yeah.
locked down too
Good.
pretty well.
All right.
But yeah, I think 319 might be the easiest one for you given your roster. And it's like the best gear that you could ask for, like the set wise for your damage dealers. So
for
it's
my
kind of the one you.
Sure. For my legendaries,
You
you'd
want
say Alora's probably the one, gear raid 3. And if I get if I get
yeah,
a Vierna, obviously she would probably preempt
gear
that.
raid 1.
Uh,
Yeah.
among the epics, the next to build, would you say is Maul
I'm
or
Maul for
Greed?
gear raid Maul for
Maul
sure.
and
Gear
probably
'cause
Baron,
I
maybe.
really think I mean, with the way you use Regalis, you don't need Baron as
Yeah,
much, and so you're okay. But I think Maul is kind of like one of the necessary components for
sure.
the
Okay.
gear raid, that other side. I mean, you might be able to use Razak, but he just doesn't do as much. Like, I feel like because it's easier to max out Maul also with the skills,
Yeah,
you're never gonna max out Razak's before you max out the other people. So, in the end, I think Maul's
and
just
I'm
the better
plenty into him.
choice.
I think so. What I've
Yeah, and you
noticed,
have an A5 Maul too, so that's really
yes,
good.
what I've noticed with Razak, and I have an A2, so he does smack, but
Yeah.
his ultimate is the hardest hitting ultimate I've ever used in my life. It
Oh,
absolutely
that's good.
devastates stuff. But the problem is it's a pretty long well it's actually not bad cooldown. So I think him with lots of rage is very useful, but you're right, I find that outside of that because he's an AoE, but it's a multi-hit, not a true AoE. So sometimes it's only a single target hit, and I think that's where I struggle with him is
Yeah.
his one here is just multiple enemies, but it's not. It sometimes it does it. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it hits multiple, and sometimes it just hits once. So
Yeah.
it does make it a little less consistent. Sometimes he
He
gets
does
hit,
feel
and
quirky.
but he is kind of fun, and he did get me to where I am today. So God bless you.
You'll still
So
use him. I mean, definitely need to use him in those experience raids. You want that boost, hey?
yeah, yeah,
The experience boost, but you
absolutely.
can get away with using 2, but I don't know. I feel like I ended up benching Razak for Maul personally in
Yeah.
Gear Raid 3. I really
Well, we'll
need to
find
go
out. That'll
further.
be the one we'll push. So there you have it. I think that's it. I think I've won the game now.
That was a
So
deep
thank you.
dive. Yeah.
I have the opportunity. I'm just gonna. I've won. So you're welcome, Moonton. I've won your game. I don't know if you have another game for me to try because after Ivy's information, I'm gonna crush it. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for doing this. Video number 1. I hope you
Course.
guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys see it. Subscribe, like it, share it among your friends. Um, Fastidious is really he's taught me one thing, and it's always share it with your mother. So please do that because I feel like he's a pretty smart individual as well. Check out Ivy's channel because she's crushing it. 20,000 subs. 20,000 subs and climbing for Watcher of Realms, right? That's what's the next goal? What's
Yeah.
the next big goal now?
I was
25?
kind of hoping that this week, by the upcoming Friday, that I would get to 22,000. We're gonna skip ahead,
Nice.
and if I do, I'm gonna be doing another giveaway of 4,999 W gold. So I'm gonna I'm gonna
4,999.
spend. Yeah, I'm buying someone else $50 of in-game currency if
Nice.
that happens. So,
So bribery, perfectly
haha,
acceptable. Go check her out. If you haven't
exactly.
subbed, I mean, probably if you're watching this, you know who Ivy is. But if you don't, go check out her channel. I'll have link in the description, pin, comment. I'll probably flash it up here somewhere. And more importantly, go over to her channel and watch our collab on her channel. And if you came here from that, thank you for actually coming over. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you for coming on the channel. I hope you enjoyed your time here, and we will definitely
Yes,
do this again.
of course.
All right. So let's just finish with thank you all. Please be kind, be safe, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.